Hello and welcome back to Cycling to Adventure. In this video I want to talk about the pros and cons of a titanium gravel bike. I'll be riding my titanium Aristos GT gravel bike now for a little bit more than 6 months, and I have done around 8,000 kilometers. I ride before a carbon Specialized S-Works Diverge, and I not will go back. So let's talk about the pros and cons of titanium compared to aluminium or carbon. First of all, price. So titanium is definitely more expensive as an aluminium bike. Personally, I believe pretty much the same as a carbon bike in the price range. If you look for mid-range or high-end carbon frames or titanium frames, they are pretty much in the same price range. I say a good titanium frame probably starts somewhere around €2,500, dollars, pounds, pretty much same. And it's the same for a good entry-level carbon frame. So of course, price can always go up. There is always never a limit. And if you look at certain projects from Curve or Falcon Yacht, where they now combine carbon and titanium, we're going into price ranges far above 5,000, 6,000 euro, dollar, pounds just for a frame. So one of the big pros for me for titanium is the durability. It's corrosion-free, it doesn't rust, there's no problems with water, no problems with salt if you live somewhere near the ocean. It makes it far more versatility compared to aluminium or steel or carbon. The next point for me for a big pro on titanium is the flexibility of titanium, which means the ride quality is much better for me than a very stiff carbon frame, which makes it much more comfortable to ride, especially on long endurance rides where comfort is absolute a must. Even on trails, the vibration travel through to the frame, to your body, it's much less than on a stiff carbon frame. Pro on my side, comfort, it's in my opinion almost not to beat on a titanium frame. So what is the next point? What I like on my titanium bike is definitely the versatility for bikepacking. It is very durable. It has all the mounting points I need. I have the bottle cages, 3 of it. I can screw on my top tube back, and I have as well on the fork, which is a carbon fork, the space to mount some front panniers or fork backs. The next thing is the look of a titanium frame is just timeless. There is no paint on it. It is natural metal and it looks timeless and stunning, better than any painted frame. But that's my personal opinion, and everybody likes it different. If you like to have it painted, you can also paint titanium, but I think your metal look is just fantastic. If you have a little scratch on it, it's very easy to polish it out. So that makes titanium another big plus compared to painted frames like aluminium or carbon. If you have a scratch in a carbon bike, it hurts much more, especially when you travel a lot in an airplane and you bring your bike with you. You maybe have a safer trip with a titanium bike than with a carbon bike. It's much more unlikely to break. So again, of course, the material titanium, it's a perfect bike for all weather, winter, summer, mud, rain, salt. It doesn't corrode. So this makes this bike much more resistible to all conditions than any other material. As well, I believe one bike can do it all with a titanium bike like this. And if you are not a professional racer and you have 2 wheel sets, maybe one for road if you like to do road cycling and one for gravel, you pretty much can have one bike which can do it all. I can fit on my titanium bike tires with a width up to 47 millimeter, which is more than enough to ride good single trails and not too harsh environments going downhill. Of course, if you ride downhill, you better go for a mountain bike and not for a gravel bike, as the word says, gravel bike. What are the cons of a titanium bike? Of course, it's again the price. The price is a little bit more than an aluminum bike. If you're looking for a bike for life, the titanium is for me the bike to go. You have it once, you will stick for it forever, believe me. I love this bike. I not will go back to carbon. I not need the stiffness of carbon. I'm not a racer who want to win races. I'm looking for comfort for ultra long distance rides. I love riding on gravel. That's why the bike is at the moment quite dirty, but I don't care about that, as it says. It is very easy and very good in all weathers. Another con for a titanium bike is the weight. The weight is a little bit higher than a carbon bike. We're talking here maybe say 400 or 500 grams for the frame compared to a high-end carbon bike. 400 or 500 grams. If you're an average rider or like me, a person who goes on 95 kilos, I can lose 500 grams very easily, so I not have to worry about that part. As well, you can have a very nice carbon wheel set, maybe from Zip, which I have, Zip Firecrest 303, which also shaves some weight down compared to some aluminum rims. The weight for me is secondary. Of course, everything you have to carry up a hill makes the ride more difficult. On the other hand side, the comfort makes it much easier to ride long distance without any problems, which will put you back in the front spot. So the other thing is, of course, getting a custom-made titanium frame. It's much easier than getting a custom-made carbon frame if you have the money to get the bike made for you. That's another con and pro on both hand sides. Depends how much you want to spend. This one is an Aristos GT Falkenjagd. I checked it very carefully, and it is almost perfect for the geometry I'm looking for. So I love this, and it is absolutely comfort over everything for me. So another or a little problem is if you go bikepacking or touring with a titanium bike, if you have any damage on the frame, it can get a little bit more difficult to be repaired than a steel frame, which nearly can be everywhere welded in this world. I believe the chance to get a titanium frame repaired somewhere, it's still higher than getting a carbon frame repaired somewhere. I think if you have a carbon frame broken, it's most of the time game over for the carbon frame and the end of the bike. So you have to buy a new one. Of course, you can repair carbon, but the question is it worth the money to repair the frame compared to buying a new one? So, and the last con for me is if you are a professional racer, is titanium the right choice for you? I believe carbon is probably more responsive and more aggressive to ride. It's probably the bike for you going for carbon. If you are a professional racer, most of the time you have sponsors who anyway will sponsor you the bike and you not have to buy it yourself. That's a different story at all. If somebody like to sponsor me, contact me to my YouTube channel, Cycling to Adventure, or if you want me to test some of your equipment or bike, please feel free to contact me. I'm very happy. On this occasion, thank you very much to Redshift for sponsoring me on certain items. I love the stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. It will help the algorithm. It motivates me to make more videos. See you soon. Thank you very much from Cycling to Adventure. This is my take on titanium. I will not return to any other material. I love this, and I will buy another one very soon for my wife. Thank you very much. See you soon.